Good afternoon. I am one of the many American politicians, and I am prepared, in strict anonymity, to tell you about a controversial political topic in the United States, immigration reform. I am not prepared to talk about Donald Trump's homosexual ties, as I do not yet have full proof. Moreover, any untrue or slanderous allegations on this topic could cause serious damage not only to Donald Trump's personality, but also to the entire American society. As a politician, I believe that we must adhere to the principles of honesty and credibility in any claims and statements. We should not use a person's personal life or orientation to undermine their credibility or discredit their political views. Instead of engaging in slander and misinformation, we should address the substantive issues that affect our country and our public life. We must work to create equal opportunity and protect the rights of all citizens, regardless of their race, gender, orientation, or religion. I understand that immigration reform is a sensitive and controversial topic of concern to many Americans. However, I should warn you that I am not going to make up unrealistic facts and pass them off as real. I believe that what is going on in the White House right now is wrong and unethical, as any false claims can fuel conflict in society. At a time when falsification and misinformation have become a serious problem, it is important to maintain confidence in the sources of information and to follow the principles of honesty and truthfulness. I suggest that we pay attention to the real problems associated with immigration. For example, many Americans have expressed concern about labor shortages in certain sectors of the economy, which could be addressed with more flexible immigration rules for those with the right skills and experience. This topic is causing a lot of controversy among various groups in the United States. Some political leaders believe that immigration should be tightly controlled and walls should be built at the borders to prevent illegal entry into the country. Other politicians, on the contrary, support more lenient rules on immigration because they believe that immigrants can contribute to the economy and diversify the culture of the country. However, conflicting opinions are not only about harsh measures against illegal immigration, but also about the treatment of refugees and migrants, including unaccompanied children who come to the United States. This problem has many facets, including issues of social adjustment, education and work rights, access to health care, and issues of illegal labor. I believe that the problem of immigration to the United States requires a deeper and more comprehensive approach. We need to take into account that immigrants and refugees come to the U.S. for different reasons, and each case needs to be considered separately. In addition, it is important to provide appropriate support and assistance for the adaptation and integration of immigrants into society. I believe that immigration can be an important source of strengthening and diversity of U.S. culture if it is done in a legislative and socially adaptive way. Therefore, I support the idea of developing a compromise plan for immigration reform that takes into account the interests of all parties. It is also important to pay attention to the problems associated with illegal immigration, such as poverty, lack of health care, and human rights violations. I believe that the U.S. government should develop effective measures to combat illegal immigration and provide social protections for all residents. It is also important to consider the interests and needs of different groups, including immigrants and refugees. It is necessary to create conditions for the successful adaptation and integration of immigrants into society so that they can become full members of American society. In the end, I want to express my hope that American society and political leaders will try to solve problems through dialogue and mutual understanding rather than through conflict and confrontation. Despite the divisions and contradictions that exist in our country, I believe that we can work together to create a more just and equitable society. But to do this, we need to be tolerant, respectful, and open to other points of view. We must work to develop a culture of dialogue, the ability to resolve conflicts, and the ability to listen to each other. Only in this way can we overcome divisions and reach agreement on issues that are important to our country. I hope that in the future we can make even more progress toward a more just and equitable society that respects the rights and interests of every citizen, and I am committed to working with other leaders and members of society to make that possible. Thank you for your attention.